Hello. Hey everyone. How's it going? Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, I decided to start a bit early. I think it's enough waiting. Yeah. Hi. So, audio good? Audio check? Yeah, let me know if my audio is too silent, too loud, anything of the sort. Just checking in. Free stream checkup. Hello. Hear you perfectly. Yeah, happy Mother's Day. Yeah, I guess to introduce what we're doing today, we'll be painting a what's it called? A scene together, and we've decided on painting a flower field. So hopefully you could paint with me, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. Okay, good to hear that everything's all good. But as usual, before we begin, I do wanna again greet everybody and welcome to the stream. And before we even get to painting and all that, in case you didn't know, our growing community is filled with tons of art nerds, and we art nerds have to stick together. If you're an art nerd too, be sure to check out our links into the social media in the description below, and check out our website for our class offerings where you can get critique, guidance, and encouragement from our instructors, because we're not just a YouTube channel, we're an art school too. If you'd like to support us so we can keep making free content, consider supporting us on Patreon and becoming a member for exclusive channel perks like emotes, sub badges, or supporting us on Patreon for as little as $2 per month, where you get access to tons of perks like my working files, critique sessions, class recordings, and a huge discount on our classes that have a limited amount of spots, so be sure to check those out before they're gone. But yeah, here's the read through. Oh, thanks for the super chat so early, Infinite Thoughts. But yeah, happy Mother's Day. So let's celebrate together by painting a little nice drawing. And let's see. E. And hopefully you guys could paint along with me, whether you're using traditional or digital. Paints, colored pencil, whichever. Feel free to draw along with me here. And so I'm gonna start off with a really soft strokes. That's your cat's name? Iggy's your cat's name? That's cute. I'm honored to be the same name as your cat. And so I'm gonna start off by drawing a line here, and it should be close to the top of your paper. Something like this. Close to the top of your paper, close to the top of your canvas, whichever. Yeah, I really like drawing too. So you could grab a ruler and keep it really light, like this, where it's easy to erase pretty much. And then I'm gonna draw a big old circle. So this is gonna be the mother cub. And so in the poll in the YouTube community, we decided on a flower field. So we're gonna get to just that. But of course, I like to draw the main focus here. I want to draw the mama bear, pretty much. Pretty sure everyone here draws. I mean, maybe not, maybe they're like a 3D modeler. Maybe they're a sculptor. The rare occasion that somebody does a different type of art here. Only artists here. For real, for real. Yeah, welcome. You made it. And so for this one, I want everybody to be able to follow along, so I'm going to draw some simple circles here to represent the face, pretty much, of the cub. Here, and right here. And you can see how lightly I'm drawing, because I'll mostly be focusing on the paint, pretty much. Toot, toot. I'm going to erase just a little bit, and I just realized... right there. Yeah, maybe I'll just merge them. Pretend like I'm doing this on paper. Hello, welcome. Happy Mother's Day. And so I'm gonna start off with the head, right? You can see that I started off with simple circles, but I drew them in such a way that kind of shows the orientation of the circle. So you can see that this ear, right, it's behind the head. which implies that it's sort of tilted, right? And then this circle is on top. So what am I drawing again? I'm drawing a mother cub in a flower field, because that's what won the poll. So right now I'm just gonna draw some simple shapes to represent the mother cub right here. And there. So that's the body through a little like kind of, I don't know what to describe, like the cylinder shape, I guess. Yeah. And I want this one to be like a draw along, so I'm gonna be a little bit slow for this one, and just feel free to ask me anything. Yeah, just we could chat while we paint, pretty much. So right here, and I wanted to keep the bear simple, so that you could add as many as you'd like, you know. So for this one, I'm just gonna add 2 children, but it's up to you if you want to add a lot more. But hopefully, me showing you how to draw 3 of them will help you draw more of them, pretty much, because it's a simple endeavor, I guess. It's a simple step by step. But what's my favorite kind of bear? I never really thought about it, but I think I like the brown bear the best. I don't know if that's a thing, but like, you know, I guess the type of bear like in Brother Bear, the Disney movie, look kind of cute. Yeah, I'm not too familiar, to be honest, but if I had to say, I like the same types of bears as the ones in the movie Brother Bear in Disney. That one's a really old one. And see, right here, I'm drawing the circle. This is the snout, right? And the snout pretty much helps me decide the orientation of the face. So if it was like up here, it looks like it's looking straight up, right? But if it was like right here, it looks like it's facing straight ahead, right? So yeah, even something as simple as knowing your shapes would be super helpful. Oh, you're playing Stray. I see. Stray, from what I heard from Jesse, it's a nice game. Oh, Red Panda. You know what? I take it back. Pandas are pretty cool. I didn't even think of pandas. I was just thinking of like the traditional bear, I guess. Because whenever I think of panda, I just think they're a panda, you know? Forget that they're bears. What's my favorite food? I guess at the top of my head, like burgers are pretty good. Pretty basic answer. But burgers is pretty good. And so maybe I'm gonna draw like a little circle here for like the hand. This one's gonna be the hand of the mama bear. I'm gonna draw a little circle to represent the head pat. Right there. And what do I like drawing the most? I think I just like drawing calm scenes the most. So this is perfect for me. So it's gonna be good once you get to color. I can't wait for that. Maybe I'm gonna give more of an expression to the eyes instead of it being a just the bead eyes. So I'm gonna add a little wrinkle right there, because I don't want to add a mouth. I think it's cuter to not add a mouth. Yeah, exactly. Draw it on, or send it on Discord, what Daria said. I'd love to see. And so I drew those lines under the eyes because if you smile, your mouth, it kind of pushes your cheek, right? Pushes your cheek, and it kind of makes the bottom of your eyelids, I mean, get pushed up, making this sort of expression. I wanted to do that. And then maybe I'll do the classic closed eyes, happy expression. Right here. I always say mac and cheese, but everyone says. Yeah, like, who are you to say that my favorite food is wrong? There. And I wanted to keep the bear simple so that you could add your own traits, right? So maybe traits that are reminiscent of whoever you want to draw. It'd be easy to add. Excuse my voice. A tornado and a tree. Interesting. So, I'm gonna erase the top of the head a little bit because I do want to add like a sun hat. Nice sun hat. And I'm not sure if I should make the ear stick out of the hat. Maybe I will. Or maybe I won't? Let's see. So this is why I like to encourage people to draw softly, because it will change your mind, right? You won't get everything good 100% first time, so give yourself that space to make mistakes and experiment. Yeah. That's why I'm working kind of fast than usual. Usually I would explain a little more, but yeah. I want to get to the painting part of this, which is why I am not spending too long on sketching than I usually do. Then I'm gonna want to add like a poofy dress like that. Poofy dress. Then I'm gonna draw the other bear right here. And notice that the way I drew the bear, right? It's not exactly front and center. It's not the direct middle, like right here, because that would be too boring, you know, to have a little bit of space to the left, a little bit of space to the right, makes it more interesting. Painting part is the best part of sketching. Is the best, I mean, sorry, sketching part is tiring. Yeah, because sketching is where all the thinking happens, more or less. But that's why it's the most important part, you know? That's why it's so important to spend your time here more than anything. And then trying to think of like a simple pose. Yeah, sketching is hard. It's only me, but I have a hard time. Believe me, it's not only you. Everybody has a hard time with poses. Because it takes a lot of practice, right? A lot of knowledge. It's a skill check. My friends would say. Not just you, 100%. So I'm gonna erase a little bit. So I want like a really nice and long poofy dress. So I will add. So this is like the belt. I never know what they're called, but like the sash, I guess, around the waist for dresses. Just to keep it less loose. I actually prefer the sketching. Yeah, rendering is the hard part. Yeah. I love sketching phase only. Well, when it comes to rendering, oh boy. Yeah. I guess what you don't like and what you like shows what you're good at, you know? So it shows what you need to work on. So maybe if you're having a hard time rendering, that just means maybe you need more reference, or you're not too familiar with how to paint, how to paint what you're painting at the moment. So yeah, it happens. Right there. And I'm gonna draw body like this, kind of like in a poofy, puffy way. Like little. Maybe I'm gonna draw like a single flower, just like that, holding it up. And that. Yeah, because that's how I learned, pretty much. I think that's the biggest surprise that I've learned about anything, is that surprise, surprise, a lot of it relies on you. A lot of learning, it's just all about what you know. I know it sounds really silly, right? Like, oh wow, what a surprise. But I don't know. It's just that you just need to learn more and figure out how stuff works and be more observant. And surprisingly, you will learn a lot. Because I don't know if you guys could relate to this, but growing up, I thought it was like a step by step. I thought it was just something that I was missing, you know? I was waiting for somebody to tell me what to do, pretty much. So I was waiting, like, okay, maybe I just haven't come across the perfect book or the perfect tutorial. I haven't found it yet that will help me understand. But in reality, that's what I mean by it's just you. You know, could be like the lamest tutorial, but you could still learn a lot if you observe from it. So that's why observe. Yeah, welcome in. Yeah. So sketching does help. It's a little annoying though. Exactly. So that's how you sketch. Like right now, I'm sketching, right? Trying to figure out how I want my drawing to look in the end, so that I don't have to change stuff when I'm in the color phase. And so right here, you got the basic stuff, but I don't know what they should be wearing. It's kind of hard to draw right here. Yeah, don't draw on the car because you'll get car sick. But I don't know what outfit to give the kids. I don't know what would match the maybe some sort of like button up would be nice for the kids. Tit. Tit. You can see that I'm just drawing like simple shapes that you could follow along with. And the technique that I'm doing here is that it gets bigger at the top. Or it gets bigger at the bottom, I mean, sorry. So it kind of like bells out like that. So those are like the shapes that I'm repeating over and over. Yeah, thank you. Had a dinner with your mom. So yeah, I hope you have a good one, Starburst. Happy Mother's Day. Spend that time with your mom. And so now I gave this bear an outfit. Maybe this one I'll give like the overall fit. What's it called? There. And they're holding up a flower. Or me. Yeah. Yeah, you read my mind. I am giving this one overalls. And then so again, your bear could wear anything, just up to you. But for me, I just wanted like nondescript bears. Can't hear you very well. Maybe it's on your end, maybe? Not sure. So I'm gonna give more highlight to the eyelashes here. And I wonder if I should add like cutesy spirals? Maybe not. I want to keep it simple. And I think this one's head needs to be a bit bigger, so I will... Oh, not the hard one. Just slightly erase it. And probably because you're in the car, yeah. Yeah. Or maybe your earphones are a bit loose. One or the other. Oh, excuse me. And I think I'll adjust the pocket here. I think I could raise the pants up a little bit. Like right here. Right here. Here slightly. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get to coloring soon. Yeah, because I think I have more or less the stuff that I want to be drawn. So if I want to be drawn, it's now drawn. And I'm using the wrong pen here. Yeah, I wonder if adding a ribbon would be nice, but I think I will add a ribbon. Simple as that. Draw a circle. Then two little kind of rounded triangles coming off of it. Poses are really hard, but I watched a video about it, and after I sat down, draw something. Yeah, magic. I think with poses, all it is looking for the right reference. It doesn't have to be the exact same pose, right? And knowing the shapes, breaking down the shapes, like this one, right? If you look at the bears, they're all like simple basic shapes, but they give me enough context to describe the scene. And so finally I'm gonna start laying down the colors after 30 minutes of sketching. Or how many long minutes? Actually no, it's not that long. Then 17. And so I'm gonna start off with the background first, right here. So right there, adding like a nice blue onto everything. And then adding a bit of white to mix onto the top, right here. So if I were using paint, I would just add the white on top, and then get my brush like really wet on the in-between here, and then I sort of blend the in-between part. And so even though I'm using digital, I still use the traditional techniques. Like that. And it's sort of a push and pull. So now I added more of the white, but then I'm adding more of the blue back right here. Just like that. And then I'm gonna add in the green. So I'm gonna add in the shadows first. So right here I'm gonna add a bluish dark green. Just like that. And I'm gonna lay it down first onto here. And I want there to be like a little space for the dirt road. So right here, gonna add like a yellowish, orangish sort of ground or dirt area, just so they're not stepping on the flowers. Just like that. Yeah, it gets easier with practice, just like everything else. And I think there's gonna be a break real quick, so right here, right now, I think. Actually not sure when the ads end. I hope YouTube tells me when the ads are over. Because I don't want to get too far without everybody. Let's see. Beep. And right there. So let me know when you guys are back, actually. I don't know if you guys are still looking at the ad or... Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm supposed to be a professional, but I forgot. Not sure. Yeah, we're back. Wow. Welcome back. Yeah, I just saw like YouTube notify me that there's one coming soon. So I just decided to give you guys a heads up, but I didn't miss too much. I just added the green and like the dirt road, more or less. So you can see that I'm designing the dirt road like very lightly, not putting too much emphasis on it. So right now I'm just painting. Oh, an artsy one for you. Very nice. Relevant ad then. And so here's a trick about perspective, right? So the closer you are, the more you could like see the ground pretty much. So if it was like this, you would see it. But then the further you get, the more or the less you see of it. So I'm adding these like little dirt spaces right here, just to make it look more 3D, make it look more lively, just like that. And yeah, hi, welcome. And then I'm gonna add more shadow just to add some contrast. So I'm gonna add shadows right here, because if you think about it, I want the light to be coming from the fronts of their faces so that they're front lit, and so these spaces would have some shadow. So the way you would picture it is like, this is the back, right? And then this is the front, sort of like that. So the front has more light on it. So imagine that, but like a million times, pretty much. So these back parts are the parts where the light don't reach, pretty much. But yeah, welcome. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, so I really want to work on the background first, and then I will paint on the characters. And as you get further onto the background here, the smaller the lines get, right? So that's the secret. The farther you get, the smaller it becomes. And I think I'm gonna add a big spot right here, because it's good to add the base stuff first, and then you get to the flowers, more or less. So yeah. Artsy one. And yeah, I really want to get to the flowers, but we gotta be patient. Gotta be patient, because if you do it too early, it's gonna be hard to change some things. So I'm kind of doing this pretending like I'm doing it traditionally, because I know some people might be following traditionally, some people might be following digitally, but I think it's much easier for you to take liberties and change some stuff if you're digital. So I'm accommodating for traditional, where you don't really have the luxury of moving layers and stuff. So yeah. And right there, I'm adding some shadows all around the part where the grass meets the dirt. So now I'm gonna add darker brown as well, all around, just to add some texture to it. Maybe I'll add like little spots of green right here, just so it's not as barren, looking, because I don't want the ground plane to be too barren. All about timing, exactly. Well, not exactly timing, but like planning, I guess, if I had to describe it. Because timing implies that like it's moving, right? And then you gotta time it right, as if like your painting's like moving around, and then boop, you hit it. Perfect time. Yeah. And that is all good. And notice that the way I'm working, right? I'm working from the lightest to darkest. So regardless of digital or traditional, I work this way, because once you go like super bright or super dark, it's kind of hard to go back. So you try to go for something like in between. And so now you see this is the darkest color I've added so far, and I'm only adding it very sparingly, kind of adding it in spaces where I think light will not reach. And I'm only adding it in the front part, because usually the darkest colors are the ones closest to us. So the farther we get, the lighter the colors get. Just as a heads up, right here. And so you don't have to exactly follow the shadows that I put down, right? You just need to understand the concept. I'm putting the light colors and then the darker colors after. And I'm putting the dark colors where I think the lights don't reach. That's someone with this problem. Yeah. Yeah, that's sort of the nice thing about stuff, right? If you think you're the only one having a problem, I'm sure there's like hundreds of people having the same problem at the moment. And they're working just as hard as you to figure out the solution, you know? Never really alone and having a problem. Making sure you finish the first thing before moving on and regretting it. What do you mean? Yeah, I'm kind of curious what you mean by that. And I think I'm gonna start putting down the colors of the bear now. Bears. And, I'm trying to think. But yeah, hello. Welcome, welcome. I'm trying to think of what to go next. If I should draw clouds or if I should paint the bears. But maybe I will paint the bears with a nice kind of yellowy orange, I'd say. Has a nice contrast to everything. Yeah, I want to use warm colors because everything is pretty cool. Got like blues and greens. So this nice orangey yellow be a nice contrast. And then I'm gonna erase the sketch a little bit. This is cute. Oh, thank you. Well, it's not even done yet, so it's gonna be even cuter. Yeah, and I really like painting like this because I'm using less layers, like pretty much just one or two, which I will merge together afterwards. So it's closer to more realistic, a realistic style. And then I want my dress to be like a white dress here, so first I'll start with the shadow right here. I wonder if I should start with the shadow. Maybe I'll start with the light actually. So it's gonna be like a bluish white. So like right here. Right there. Traditional. I know. I'm trying to use your sketchbook more. I haven't touched a sketchbook in years. Sorry to say. I haven't drawn on paper in years. Like seriously at the very least. Finishing the background or first layer fully before putting things over it, then realize too blotchy. It's too late. Wait, let me try to reread that again. Finishing the background first layer fully before putting things over it. I guess I sort of understand. So like it's like a planning thing. You work on something too much before continuing on. I guess. You've been using a mouse almost 3 years. I think you should get a pen soon because I don't know if you want to be on mouse forever, but I think it's worth it. Nothing wrong with getting a drawing tablet. Even like a screenless one would be way better than the mouse. Because I used to be a mouse artist as well. Yeah, mouse pro. Exactly. For real. Yeah, you know what? To get to the full painting experience, maybe I should have merged it earlier. I'm gonna pretend like I'm actually painting. Merge it into one layer. Well, you're a wizard if you use a mouse. Yeah, back in the day I used to use a mouse as well. But that was when I was like, what, 9 to 13? So I stopped using a mouse at some point because it's not like it's the one I want to learn, right? Eventually I did want to learn how to draw with pen and what's it called? Yeah, I'm losing my train of thought because I'm painting. Painting and drawing. Kinda hard. That's okay. Wizard Mouse sounds cute. Yeah, Wizard Mouse. Word. They've mastered the arts. Now I think I'm gonna add the hat right here. Just like that. I am drawing in the shape of the hat. And you can see, you gotta be patient. You gotta be real patient, because as much as I want to add the flowers now, it's kind of hard to change stuff after you've drawn the flowers, since they're so, like, so detailed. Merging, that's a risk. Yeah, it's definitely a risk, but you gotta learn, right? You gotta learn what works for you and what doesn't work for you, and I found that merging it all to one layer or less layers is what works for me, because I like the painterly style. I too was a mouse artist. I bought a tablet, but I'm so used to the mouse. Yeah, I was the same actually. I used to draw all my sketches in pen and paper, and then I would do the line art digitally and color it. Because there's still some professionals who do it a lot. They draw on like a pen and paper. Because I know the artist for One Piece, Oda, he does the opposite. He does his sketches digitally, and then he colors and inks in traditional. But yeah, fun fact. Fun fact about Oda, creator of One Piece. And so, I'm gonna add a darker shade now. And start adding in the shadows. Not excited. So used to the mouse. Yeah, that's the thing. It's a learning process, right? But it'll be worth it, trust me. Because being an artist, it's all about trying new things, right? Because before, I used to do the classic, right? I would just do sketching, line art, and color. But then, all this time, it never really worked for me. But it was because I saw lots of people doing it. So I thought, hey, I'll just stick it out. Until I found out that I'm better at painting. I prefer doing no line art and just jumping into color and sketching. So try to do it, you know, live and learn. Exactly. Live and learn. I don't know the rest of the Sonic song to sing it, sadly. By the way, do I have other hobbies? Yes, of course. I like to airbrush, actually. So, if you've ever built a model kit, like a Gundam, yeah, try looking it up. Like Gundam model kits. They're so fun. And then I airbrush them. So, go there, use the airbrush, paint them with acrylics. Yeah, that's one of my other hobbies. I've seen Giga artists only paint with one layer. How do you do that? Yeah, see, that's the thing, right? It's because they know enough. They know enough that they know how their software works, they know how art works. So, I'm just confident to draw with one layer. Good practice or something. With not being too precious with your work. I don't think it's that they treat it as if their art isn't as precious, it's that they just know. They just know that how to work with their art. How to work with less layers. Because I think I am the same. I prefer working with less layers. Yeah. Strive to be like that. Yeah, just jump in. You jump in and try it out yourself. So you can see that I'm doing it with one layer as well, right? So it's kind of an appeal. Traditional painters be like, layers? Yeah. Layers. You guys are using layers. And let's see. I'm trying to think of where to go about it. Because it's like the awkward phase of every painting. Every painting has an awkward phase. Until you go in there and then you touch it up. So this is like the nice thing about painting. It's the push and pull. It's very nice. Layers. I mean, technically, traditional artists can have layers. Like if you've ever used like the clear paper and the light box, that's pretty much layers. Very helpful. And let's see. Add shadow now. Not just any shadow. Adding a little bit of red onto the shadow here. Alright, there. Me having 50 layers. That's the thing I like to avoid, because if you have 50 layers and bajillion layers, it becomes harder to manage. So, it becomes a headache. So I might as well just merge stuff together. Doot, doot, doot. Not just the sun. And let's see. Trying to think of where else to go with this drawing. I think I'll add like shadow, dark shadow. Maybe not that dark. Maybe this nice blue. Just like that. And I should have picked the color before I... Doot, doot. Doot, doot, doot. I looked away for 1 minute. The hat looks good. It's not even done yet. It's just the basic stuff. Then I'll add a nice white for the snout. Just like this. And the reason why I'm not putting a mouth, right, is because I remember reading that teddy bears don't have mouths because lets the kid kind of give the teddy bear their own emotions. And I agree. So I'm just putting the emphasis on the eyes, I guess. I think the eyes are expressive enough for me to tell the emotion. Right there. And then right there. No mouth? I mean, it's easy to add a mouth anyway after. If I decide to change my mind. 50 layers kills my potato PC, so yeah. 5 layers. It happens. So what I used to do actually is say like the arm, right? The arm, and then I'm gonna color like the overalls right here. I would put them on the same layer because they're not touching, right? So this layer and this layer are on the same because they're not touching anyway, so yeah, that's like a thing I do as well. The courage again. I'm wondering, maybe I'll make them wear whites as well, just like as a nice... Oh. Merge it all to one layer. What time is it? Okay, we're making good time. Doot, doot, doot. And I did start a little bit early today. It's also partly the reason. So also, this is the nice thing about painting, because it's all about making the shapes. It's all about drawing in the shapes instead of focusing on the drawing, I guess. I should have I should have focused more on painting earlier actually, instead of spending so much time on the sketch. But that's just me rambling. I think teddy bears have those mouths that kind of look like wishbones. Stuffed dog. I mean, I don't think it's like a consistent rule with every single teddy bear, but you know, some teddy bears do have mouths, of course. But it's just some of them. Like, that's the reason why some of them do not have a mouth. And I think I'm gonna paint the overalls first. Right here. Maybe like a nice darkish blue. That reminds me of a conversation I had with a friend. I was telling them how jeans, right? Like jean pants, they've been around since like the 1800s. And my friend was like, there's no way. Like, he didn't believe me. And then I said, yeah, like the cowboys, they've been wearing the same jeans. It's more or less the same type of jeans that we wear today. And then he just replies with, wait, cowboys are real? Yeah, he didn't know. Cowboys, they were in fact real. That's why people think they're so cool back in the day. Cowboys are pretty epic. Nothing says Mother's Day like talking about cowboys. Technology. Oh, I should back read. Yeah, happy Mother's Day. Not save the work. Cowboys are real, not clickbait. Don't talk about cowboys. 3 a.m. But see, about the saving thing, this is why my save shortcut, it's on my pen. It's actually on my pen so that I never forget to do it. And so it's easier for me to just to hit it anytime. So yeah, that's a fun fact about me. One of my shortcuts on my pen, it's the save. 3 a.m. Oh, that's kind of scary. What are you doing watching the stream at 3 a.m.? Welcome. This is like super... I mean, look who's talking. I stay up till like 6. I stay up till like 6 a.m. like every day. Just because it's so nice, honestly. It's so nice to be a night owl. Only be a night owl though if you have the time for it. Because I have the time for it. Same. Yeah, because I do want to get to the fun part here. I do want to get to the flowers, of course. And for the digital people, you can see that I'm not really using a special brush, right? I'm just using the default dense watercolor, which is pretty much just like a round brush, but I modified it a little bit to where it's kind of more like an oval, if you see here, instead of like the classic circle. So yeah, right here, push and pull. I will add that, kind of like a nice white onto here. I actually woke up at 3 instead of staying up till 3 since I'm studying math. I see. Body knocks itself out at 5 a.m. Yeah, I totally get it. Yeah, the night's so nice. Everything's so chill. Deep, deep. What? Alright. Yeah, rest all, and I hope you could catch the rest of it after. You know, just watch it as recording. So yeah, see ya. See you around. Hello, no? Bye. Cousin kept me up till 4, and we had to wake up at 6. Oh man. 2-hour sleeps. Wowie. I think I will do that. And it's time for me to draw there. And I want to draw like a bouquet of flowers right here. I'm zooming out. I think I will make it like a dark blue. This ribbon. Deep, deep. And what time is it? Really like the background music. Thank you. I like it too. Really nice piano music. There. There. And see, it's kind of freeing to do this on one layer actually. I should have merged it earlier. And then I'm gonna draw like this this rose right here. Because I don't know what other flower I should draw, but yeah, notice that I'm starting off with darker colors first, because I like to add in the lights afterwards. That's how I like to do some things. It's a mix of both, honestly. Like the dresses and stuff, right? You can see that I drew the shadows in, or the lights in first, but yeah, I guess it's all just a matter of preference. right here. And you can see that it's starting to come along, right? Every painting has an awkward phase, and I think we're starting to move out of the awkward phase pretty soon. There. Sounds like dreams. Yeah, like a dream. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't painted in real life for a while, so maybe I should. Maybe I should, because if I were to go back to traditional, I think I'd prefer to go back to painting. But I never really had a background in painting, so yeah. Uncanny interesting graphs. Sometimes I just spend half an hour putting equations in a calculator. Technically it's art. Yeah, mathematical art. For sure. I think I've seen so much of those, like all those memes. All those memes of people trying to draw stuff with calculators. Yeah. I did my best to look for the perfect BGM. See here, this is my favorite part of the painting actually, the push and pull, as lots of people like to call it. So I'm gonna add a shadow, right? Like right here. Maybe I'll add a shadow on the dress, like right here. And then I'll grab my original color, paint over it, grab my old color. Kind of like a push and pull of me mixing them together, pretty much. Deep, deep, deep. Deep, deep, deep. Oh, it's the Force of Habit. Yeah, original soundtrack. It's not really our original soundtrack, not the Wink Canvas OST. It's royalty-free music. Mixing, yeah. And see, this is a pitfall trap, by the way. I see a lot of my students, they get super obsessed with mixing. So try to use that sparingly, by the way. Don't use it as like a crutch, because how do I know? I did that. I did that. I was so obsessed with mixing, when really, it was just so much effort. When really I could just be just making hard shapes, like I am right now. So now I am just making some hard shapes, just like that, and just like that. Kind of using a mouse is there's no weights. Exactly. So that's what I mean by you can only really learn so much with the mouse, right? Until you get limited. And then what was I missing? What time is it actually? Okay, we got about 40 minutes, so more or less halfway through. And I'd say we're making good progress actually on this painting. Yeah, because the flowers, stay tuned till the flowers, guys. That's like the cherry on top for everything. But it always has to be, you know, best for last. And so now I will add a brighter blue, maybe not that blue, onto the jeans here. And you can see that I'm drawing in shapes. Drawing in shapes to describe the overalls right here. And then the pocket thingy. Yeah, this is looking adorable. Thank you. I think there are plugins that synthesize line. What? That sounds like so much trouble. Putting line weight for their mouse? Well, guys, I had a good day. So I'm in the pool. Wow. That sounds nice. Yeah, swimming. So good. Swimming is so fun. How do you know where to draw shadows? I pretty much just think of the light, and I think I'll try to talk about it really briefly because we do have a bunch of videos talking about it, but try to think of the shape, and then try to think of which parts would have light and which parts won't. So for example, right, this This maybe the snout would be a good example. Right now it's very flat, right? Looks like a flat circle, but then I'm gonna think of the roundness of it. So I'm imagining that this part won't reach light. So pretty much the shape is what decides where the shadows would be. Okay? So try to think of the shape of the object, and then put the shadow in. Yeah, exactly what Daria said. Blending less. What in the witchery? Right? It sounds so cursed. Like why would you do that? It sounds like so much trouble. And let's see. Painting the shadows and the lighting is always my favorite part. Same here. And painting like the little bangs that I drew earlier. Yeah, like that. Yeah, I'm getting kind of tired. Been drawing so much this week. I think I'm gonna take a nice long break after this one. Line it on mouse is like pineapple on pizza. You mean perfect? But pineapple on pizza, it's not as bad. I like it. I know there are some haters of the pineapple pizza movement, and I get it. It's okay for you to hate it, because that means more for me. Yeah, more for us. There you go. We got another pineapple pizza lover right here. And what time is it? Okay. No. Here. So here's another example of the shadow thing, actually. So I want the bottom to be a bit darker. Just give it some roundness. Then I'm gonna go back in here and blend it just a little bit, because I don't want it to be too intense, the color change. Deep, deep. There. I like to use multiply layers and glow layers. I know, I'm the same. I love using glow dodge and add glow and all that. It's so fun. Final product is my favorite, unless it sucks. Yeah, I agree. And let's see. And I think I'm gonna add the same, like, bluish shadows, so you could see that I'm not just adding a straight up gray or black shadow. I'm adding a little bit of blue just to make it more interesting. And then I'm adding shape here, just to signify that these parts are different. They are indeed different. That. Is there such a thing as chocolate pizza? Yeah, there is. Dessert pizza. They don't put cheese and stuff on it. They don't put pepperoni, but they do put stuff like candy, chocolate. It's pretty good, actually. Mango cream cheese pizza. It was a bomb. Sounds so good. Sushi pizza, yeah, that's another one. Yeah, dessert pizza is awesome. So it's just not exactly. I think if I had to describe it, it's like brownies. I think that's the best way to describe the taste. It tastes like brownies. It's like a cake flavored pizza. And then let's see. I will now try to add in the trying to look at the whole picture, because I think there's still quite a lot to work on, but I'm just trying to clean up and add some like nice shapes onto this this painting right here. Doot, doot. Doot. And let's see. I think the shadow's a bit too harsh maybe, or maybe I should add an even harsher shadow. Yeah, I feel like this is the play, adding a harsher shadow so that it looks way more distinguished. Kind of like doing line art but with color. Yeah, I wish I had more time and energy because I'm starting to get tired. Brownies aren't bread, is it? I don't know, because when I think of bread, don't they use like yeast and then it rises up? Because I know, do brownies? That's a good question, honestly. Cookie pizza. I guess before I continue talking about brownie pizza here, you can see that all the darkest colors, right? Like the darkest color in the grass, darkest color in the shadows of the bears, I added for last, right? So try to save the darkest and the brightest for last, so that doesn't get too cluttered, and it's hard to change that stuff. So, resident bredologist. How undeniably amazing this is. Well, you could do it too, right? It's just all shapes, right? So, honestly, you guys could do this too. Because any like toddler could draw shapes, right? But if you know how to use the shapes, then suddenly it becomes something great, right? So I suggest that you guys go out and learn why or how to draw like the basics, right? Because it's not all about the shortcuts, not all about tips and tricks. It's just about drawing satisfying shapes for me. I am a baker, yeah. And you know, it is kind of nice being a baker in the sounds of it, like just baking bread and eating it. Also, bread, pretty good. Top tier food. And also, I find it kind of funny that each civilization they just discover bread. It's like, I think most like old civilizations, they just discover how to make bread. They like look at the wheat and be like, I could make a good snack out of this. And I haven't really read into it, but I wonder why. I wonder why bread. You know, like you think of like ancient China, think of Egypt, think of Greece, like all those like old civilizations. They just have bread. They discovered bread. Yeah. So I'm gonna harden this shape a bit. Here. And what time is it? Okay, we got 30 minutes left, so I will try to get to the flowers pretty soon, because the flowers, they're deceptively simple, and I want to give like lots of time talking about the flowers, how to draw them. So I'm gonna add in this dark right here, and right here. Thank you for the honor you bestowed upon me. I'm the first person who discovered yeast. Yeah, I know. Ooh, wheat. Yeah, how did they find out the crafting recipe, huh? Like, they had the crafting table, and then they were like, I will put 3 wheat on the crafting table, and I will get bread. It's as if, like, everybody figured it out. Like, they just spawned in, and then, you know, they started punching the trees, and they're like, wheat. I will plant the seeds. Make wheat. Just always happens that way, I guess. Yeah. Doot, doot, doot. And let's see, I still haven't drawn the faces, so I think I will start adding the noses at the very least. Just like that. And like that. Because I think, there. There, I'll draw the other eye. And then the eye. Just like that. Doot, doot. And I should back read. Oh, bread, bread, bread. It's good no creepers are able to get them and destroy the structures. I know, right? Creepers, they're extinct. Bread is the foundation of everything. Indeed. Can't start off the day without some good bread. Next time. Doot, doot. Yeah, it's gotta be one of my favorite foods. Pastries, pretty top tier, I'd say. Because stuff like brownies, donuts, you know, and they could be savory as well, right? They could be sweet, they could be salty. What's like a really fluffy bread? Fluffy bread. Cloud bread. Sure. Maybe like sponge cake. Sponge cake is pretty fluffy. And let's see. There. And add. Doot, doot. Yeah, so again, for your bear, it's all up to you how you want to customize your bear. It doesn't have to be these outfits in particular, right? Could be something like your mom wears, something your brother, sibling wears. Yeah. And let's see, I should add some shapes on here. Just like that. Just make it more interesting. And then I zoom out all the way. And I think I will add some touches, and then I will get to add a few touches here and there, finish the flower, and then finally start with the flowers. Some of them like ancient Egypt, wheat and milk, and forgot it in the sun. Yeah, I'm back reading right now. All the stuff that I miss. Japanese milk bread. Yeah, I don't know, like, so interesting to talk about this stuff. Mother's Day is already over. Well, every day is Mother's Day. Always show appreciation to not just your mother, but people you appreciate in your life. Yeah? Yeah. And then a shadow, just like that. And I'm gonna clean up my pencil sketches here, covered in paint. And so now I am finally gonna paint the first flower in our flower field. And it's not even in the field. So now I have this dark shape, right? And then it's all about trying to figure out the layers of how the rose is. So for example, this is the top of the petal. It's all about making the shapes. Pretty shapes. Just like this. Right there. Japanese cake is really jiggly. Oh, what about flan? Is flan a pastry? It's not, right? Flan is pretty bouncy, pretty jiggly. Fruit sandwiches. Yeah, I do see those around, yeah. It's pastry. Okay. And flan. Then I think there's no doubt flan is probably the fluffiest then. Fluffiest, bounciest, the jiggliest. So there we go. Finally, the first flower in our flower field. Like that. And it's pastry, not bread, but still bomb. Yeah. And let's see. It's good to zoom out all the way to see your whole painting, by the way. It's get out of the habit of zooming in too closely. For digital and for traditional, you know, don't stick your nose into your paper. And let's see. Most adorable scene ever. Yeah. And then I will go in. And finally, the fun part. I will start blocking in the roses. The bunch of roses right here. Or maybe it doesn't have to be roses. Maybe some sort of flower. So this is the nice thing about painting. It's very abstract, right? It's all about the shapes. That's why I love painting. So I'm pretending like these are clumps upon clumps of flowers. And then later on I will add the different colored flowers. Won't be just a thing. Ooh, fried rice. Yeah, baby. Let's go. I love fried rice. So yeah, see you later. Bye. Yeah, fried rice, it's the best if you use leftover rice. Don't use new rice. Well, you can use new rice, but it's not as efficient, you know? Like if you use like completely new rice, because you might as well just use the new rice alone. There's a piece I'm doing with a full background, the desolate city, but I haven't been motivated to finish it. Yeah, lexicon. I think the biggest problem whenever that happens is that sometimes things feel too big, right? So it's up to you if you want to like push through it, because honestly all you need to do is push through it and treat it as like a simple step-by-step, right? So maybe instead of thinking of the whole drawing, maybe you'd be like, okay, I will work on this one building in the background, right? So like itemize it pretty much. So like think of it in like a checklist. So if I were to think of a project like that, I would think, okay, I would do the buildings first, and then the road, and blah blah blah. Because most of the time when we lose motivation, it's because that it's too overwhelming, pretty much. There's too much to do, right? So try to make it simple for yourself. That's my tip. Make it simple. Or if it is too much, if you try again next time, then maybe just start with one building, right? Instead of a whole city. Or maybe just start with a house. And then you work up from there. Yeah. That is my tip. Yeah, you'd be surprised at how much tips just boils down to keep it simple for yourself. Because honestly, you guys are better than you think. Really, like there's no other way of putting it other than you're better than you think, you know? Just to be nice to yourself and take it slow, you know? Take it step by step. See what you could handle, right? But yeah, that's my tip. Zooming in on the paper is just like putting your nose on the paper, honestly. Just like sticking your nose in there. Leaning into it. Yeah. And I'm back reading. What are they talking about? Flan is egg yolk. Okay, blah blah blah. You guys are talking about flan. Yeah, it's been a while since I've had flan. Making me kinda hungry actually. So what time is it? Okay, we got about a few more minutes. So how many? I can't do my math. So 15, 19. We got about 20 minutes more or less. So yeah, we're making good time actually. So yeah, we got flowers here. Then I wonder if I add blue flowers. Trying to think of like a nice flower to add. Purple? I don't know. I don't know if I should add purple. But maybe yellow. Yellow or whites I think would be good. And again, as we get further, right, it gets brighter actually. So maybe this time a bit lighter. And now I'm pressing way more lightly because we're getting further and further in. And so right here, just making this clump. And notice that I'm not really zooming in too much. I am just looking at the picture as a whole, right? Because if you're zoomed in too much, you tend to miss out on the entire picture, right? So that's why try to avoid sticking your nose too closely. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That Joffy tip, for sure. But also, think about it, of course, because sometimes you can save a drawing, right? So it's a fine balance, right? If you hate your art, like in the very beginning, don't delete it immediately, right? Because sometimes you have to work through it, right? If you look at my drawing earlier, it's kind of whack, right? Every drawing has an awkward phase, so don't be too hasty with deleting it, but at the same time, don't be afraid to delete your art. So it's a fine balance, right? And the only way you should find out when you should delete it and when you shouldn't is through experience, right? So try it out for yourself and don't just take tips at face value, right? Try it out for yourself before you completely follow a tip. Even from me, try it out. Ooh. Well, hi, thanks for following our videos. When you think of a group of animals, what is the first group I think of? I think of a wolf pack. That's the first thing I think of when I think of a group of animals, I'd say. Just because it's cool. Wolves are pretty cool. Orcas. A group of orcas. What are they even called? Because you know how they all have words, I guess, the group? Like a pack of wolves, a school of fish. What would be for orcas, I guess? A family. I wouldn't know. Yeah, exactly, Kevin. Just having that look back is also pretty neat. And then right here, add more pinks, right? And you can see that the further I'm getting, the less ground area it covers. It's more flat, right? Just to give that illusion that there's perspective. And I should clean up this line that I made right here. I don't want my pencil lines to be visible. But right here, I will pick this color. And of course, it won't be all pink, you know. I will, yeah, a murder of crows, yeah. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting word to pick, right? But it goes hard, actually, like crows. It's so, like, metal. Person, human. Yeah, that reminds me of a joke that I saw. there was somebody who posted something about elephants, right? So apparently, elephants have this special noise that they make whenever there's bees, so that they would alert their herd of like the bees. And this one comment said, "Man, I wish humans, you know, they had a defense mechanism like that, a weird sound that let people know that there's bees." And then there's another comment that says, "We do. It's called yelling out bees." So simple. We do have a weird noise. It's kind of funny if you think about it that way. Like, all words, they're pretty much just weird noises. Weird noises that just make sense, you know? That we all agreed to put meaning to. Yeah, bro really thought he had something there. Bro really wanted to be an elephant. And we make weird bee alert noises that only work for elephants. Bees. Yeah. what time is it? Okay, we got about 15 minutes, so I think I'm gonna try adding in the finishing touches here. And again, for your drawing, right, it doesn't have to be this many bears. If you want to add more bears, just add more. Add as many as you can, because they're all pretty basic shapes, and I trust that you could draw with like the little tips I gave from earlier. Yeah. And of course, I don't want it to be all just this like pink flower. I think I'm gonna add a variety of these as well. A variety of these white flowers or whatever. Yeah, I'll add them here and there, sparsely added in, just as a nice mix-up. There. This has been fun and it looks so good. But yeah, bread tryout. All right, see you around. Hopefully I see you in another stream. But I'm glad. Or the dad bear. Well, I wanted this one to be like a mother focused. So this one, I just put mom. But you could draw dad bear wherever. And right here. And I just think it's nice to I know, because if there's two like big bears, I think it's a bit they're fighting for what's it called? Attention, I guess, for composition wise, but it's up to you if you want to add it. Well, you know what? You're making me sad. I'm gonna add it. I don't know if I should added this late in, but no, he didn't go anywhere. Maybe I will draw Dad Bear real quick. That's because it's too sad. I don't want you guys thinking that. Oh man, impromptu Dad Bear. And then right here. And then right here. It's too sad. You guys are making I didn't even think of it that way. And the stretch. Yeah. Adding him right here. And maybe I will add glasses. There you go. Yeah, this is unintentional, but I could quickly add this. Because it is too sad now that you guys put it that way. And let's see. So I wonder, if a bear wears glasses, does it go like this or does it go like this? I wonder how it would stay on. I think I would, maybe I would give him overalls or something. And see, this is another nice thing about painting. You just easily add stuff in. Easy peasy. Let's see. So maybe I'll add like overalls or something. So I'm gonna add the pants. Or not the overalls, the suspender thingies. What type of brush pencil do people like to sketch with? I just like to use a sketch or a pen that has a opacity, really. Like if it could be transparent, could be clear, then I like it. I wonder what he would be carrying. I want him to carry something. Maybe like a picnic basket. And sleeves. Or maybe rolled up sleeves. there. And should be carrying everything. Could be, yeah, it is Mother's Day. I got 9 minutes left actually, so I will try to add in the shadow here. And then maybe the picnic basket will be the same color as the hat. I don't want him stepping on the flowers, so I'm just gonna paint like a ground plane for him. Right there. Let's see, what time is it? The lore is at the close part of them. Put the milk in the basket. You guys. Oh my gosh. I didn't even think of it that way until you guys mentioned it. Oh man. Let's see. I think I'll add more detail to the flowers actually. But here's the technique to adding details to flowers. Only add details to the part that is closest. The parts where you want people to focus on. Because if you put too much detail onto everything, then it becomes kind of hard to focus, right? You start wondering where you want to look, right? So don't put too much detail or equal detail onto everything. So right here I'm gonna add like brighter spots. A milkish color. Alright. Thanks for hanging out. So hopefully you make it to the next next few streams, but ooh, thank you again, Infinite Thoughts. Do I prefer painting digitally or traditionally? I'm a traditional guy, or digital guy, sorry. This is so nice because it lets me do my ideas faster, I guess, compared to traditional, where it takes a lot more work. Not that it's better, not that one is better or worse, it's just better for me. You know, it works with how my brain works. So yeah. And so, yeah, by popular suggestion, I put Papa Bear, but since he's as tall as Mama Bear, if I was gonna draw him, I put them a little bit at the back so that it doesn't look like he's the main focus, you know, because it is Mother's Day. Still have to put the main focus on the mother. But yeah, thank you for asking, Infinite Thoughts. And hopefully you catch more streams, because I do do more, you know, and it's always fun when there's a new face. New face or multiple people. Lots of people that I recognize, I mean. Ooh, the dad's legs. Just got him right there. Because we're slowly running out of time. But yeah, bye. Bye-bye. Sounds awesome. And even just jumping in and watching with me and talking in chat helps a lot. So yeah, thank you. Thank you to everyone. Thank you, Infinite Thoughts. Thank you to everyone as well who support the channel. Yeah, because all this stuff, it's pretty much free, you know, because mostly we are mostly in art school, like I mentioned in the beginning, because I teach classes and stuff. So being able to have the support, you know, have this be free, it's nice. So thank you for the support. He's magic and he's flying. He's not flying per se, he's just way at the back, you know, compared to everybody else. And let's see. Hey Sierra, welcome back. And I'm trying to check what else I need to work on. I wonder if I should add like green hills maybe. So I'm gonna pick the green, but only like really lightly add them. Maybe make it brighter as well. just to add on to the effect that there are more flowers, I guess. And then of course the pink. More pink flowers. Maybe, let's see. Sure, I can't see it like that. Well, let's see. I will add more flowers on here. It's looking kind of sparse in this area. And then I think I'll... Yeah, this is the part where I add all the darker... Excuse me. All the darker shadows, I guess. Like right here. Because we are running out of time. So I'm trying to make it... Trying to add all the details that I need to add before it ends. Right here. Alright. You're gonna see yourself out. Thanks again for joining. Bye. Adios. So I think I'm gonna add a shadow. So maybe not that dark. Maybe more gray. Here. And there. And right there. Oh, I should have read this. I forgot this. I don't want to become a graphic designer or illustrator. Do you have any tips? Try a bunch of different projects. Ooh, there's nothing better than looking at what other people are doing. So try to look at someone who's pretty much at the position where you want to be at, and then try to see what they do. You know, try to see what they did, what kind of portfolio stuff they put. So yeah, my suggestion is to be attentive. Be attentive of where you want, or who is doing what you want to do, and try to emulate them pretty much. I'm gonna add more clouds. So clouds, as simple as adding white background onto everything else. Doop, doop. Right there. There's one cloud. And Behance, yeah. Yeah, thanks Daria for all the help. Oh, it keeps glitching. Maybe it's an internet thing. Because you did mention you were away. Yeah, exactly. So, other than practicing, right? Because practicing, easy peasy, right? Also try to figure out what you need to practice, right? Yeah, so right now I'm just pushing and pulling here, trying to see what kind of nice cloud shapes to make. There. And right there. Maybe I'll add a little more blue, actually. Yeah, maybe I'll just add normal clouds right here, instead of adding cloud right here. Disney Crash Course. Ooh, Blender. Yeah, Blender, take your time with Blender. I mean, I did go to college to learn about 3D stuff. And yeah, even though I spent like a good amount of time learning 3D, learning Blender just takes time to wrap your head around everything, so yeah. But I think it's worth it though. I do want to make a background and then paint over it. That's like in my to-do list after this one. Blender is difficult. It's kind of like, what do I describe it as? I guess like learning how to drive a super complicated car, you know? I had to do a metaphor, but you'll get there. You'll learn it. Learn the concepts. So if there's any tip that I want to give to anybody learning a software or anything like that, is don't focus on the tools. Focus on what you want to do. So for example, instead of looking up how to 3D model a trash can, maybe try to look up how to 3D model cylinders or how to make a circle in Blender. So think of like the basics instead of specifics. So yeah, that's my tip. Yeah, exactly. I think it just takes some trying, you know, like just try it out. You know, it's true that everybody is bad at the first time they try something out, but yeah, you only stay bad if you want to. That's the nice part. You don't have to stay there. You just have to try. That's all you can really ask for. And let's see. What time is it? Actually, I think I'm gonna clean up the flowers a little bit here, and then I think I will wrap up and call it a stream. Right there. Yeah, one step at a time, indeed. And I think that's about it for today's stream. Or actually, let's see. I'm gonna look at the finishing touches here. Like the arm, it's not completed. So it's good to take a good look at your drawing and see what needs to be changed. And I think this is good. I think I'm good with this drawing. And yeah, what's up? You came in just in time. I just finished painting. And I hope you guys had fun painting with me. You know, again, happy Mother's Day to everybody. And if you painted along with me, I hope you send it on to Discord. You know, send it so that we could all see it. And don't worry, there's more streams, you know? There's gonna be more streams, so don't worry. And what was I saying? Yeah, other than that, we're also in art school, just as a reminder, right? We're not just a YouTube channel. And all your views here, all the super chats, we appreciate so much because all that support lets us work on the YouTube channel more, because this is free, so it's nice. And if you want to support us, join YouTube to become a member, join our YouTube membership, I mean, become a patron if you'd like to, or if you really want to, I teach digital art and cartooning and anime, so if you want to have a class with me, then feel free to check out the website right next to me. And yeah, that's about all I wanted to say, and happy Mother's Day, everyone. Hope you have a good one. So yeah, bye. Bye-bye. See you, everyone.